Let's face it, not everyone just has hundreds of dollars laying around every time they want to build a new competitive deck. Thankfully, there are steps that us trainers can take in order to build these decks, even though we don't necessarily have piles of cash laying around us. Here are a couple of my favorites. The first and most important step is plan your deck. Make sure that before you go buying cards like crazy or buying a bunch of booster packs, make sure you know what you're wanting to build first. If you know what you want to build, you're going to be able to be sure that you're not getting any unnecessary cards and spending any money that you don't have to. A good way to plan out your deck and kind of feel what you want to play is take it to the Pokemon TCG Online. You'll usually have a lot of cards because of the codes that you put in, so you should be able to get a pretty good feel of what you want to build. Another way is to check out some competitive deck profiles on YouTube. See what other people have played. See what ranked high at the last big tournament. That'll give you a good idea of what you want to look at, and maybe sometimes even some specific cards and lists that you'll want to aim for. The second tip is to sell all of your bulk cards. If you've been a collector for a long time like me, you probably have hundreds or maybe even thousands of cards sitting around your house doing nothing but collecting dust. You can take these cards to online retailers such as Troll and Toad or other websites that deal in Pokemon singles, and they'll usually take your commons and uncommons for about 6 cents each. If you think up that you're selling hundreds to thousands of cards, you can easily get a nice chunk of change to get you started on your deck building. The third tip that I have for you is after you've planned out your deck and after you've acquired some cash from selling your bulk, buy all of your singles. Don't go buying a whole bunch of booster packs from the set that the card that you want is in, because odds are you may not even get it, especially if it's a rare. And when you do, you may not have enough to play in your entire deck. Search online, look on websites like eBay, Troll and Toad, the PokeCapital, or maybe even your local Craigslist for some cards that you need for your deck. You'll typically be able to get your cards the cheapest way by buying them online. The fourth tip that I have for you is trade. Check out your local league or other people that collect Pokemon cards. Odds are they're going to be running a different deck than you are and won't need some of the same cards that you do. Give them some EXs that you aren't using. They may be able to give you a bunch of trainers and supporters that they don't need. It's a great way to move these cards around the community and get everyone exactly what they need. And if you do go to a league to trade cards, make sure that you play a bunch of games while you're there too. Remember, we give out league promos for every 8 matches that you play. A lot of these are really good trainer cards that you can put in your deck, so take some time, build up your deck, and acquire some of those really cool and really limited trainer cards that are only available at Pokemon Leagues. And the final and probably most important tip of all, be patient. It's going to be really hard to resist the temptation to buy all of the cards that you need at once, but if you wait just a couple days or maybe a couple weeks, odds are you'll be able to find the right price on your singles that you need for your deck, and you could even possibly build your deck for less than half of what you were initially going to spend on the full price. Being patient, waiting for the right trade opportunities, waiting for the right eBay auction to go up, it's one of the most valuable things you can do when it comes to building a Pokemon deck on a budget. That's all that I have for today. If you guys have enjoyed this video and if it's helped you plan out how you're going to go about acquiring cards for your deck, make sure to smash that like button and share this on your favorite social media site, whether it be Facebook or Twitter, so that your friends can also know these tips and tricks for getting the singles that you need for your deck as cheap as you possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode on Trainer TV, the Pokemon Lifestyle channel. Remember, trainers, train on.